Alrighty, we should be live now. How's it going, everyone? My name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to my live stream. We're going to be talking about Pokemon Horizons episode 100 today. Yes, we've made it to episode 100 of the Pokemon Horizons series. Kind of crazy that we've hit triple-digit episode numbers now. Kind of crazy. Time flies, I swear. Seems like yesterday the series was just starting. And here we are at episode 100. So how is this episode? Well, we'll be getting to that in a little bit. So for those that are new here, you're coming across this stream for the first time, whether you're coming across it, while the stream is going on or after the stream ends. I always keep these streams up. So what we do here is I usually give it about 5 to 10 minutes for people to show up. And then after that point, I'll give a summary of the episode, give it a rating, what I thought of the episode, and then give it over to the chat. So yeah. Another thing to mention here is the music you hear in the background comes from a separate stream that I have linked in the description. It's the Video Game Study Lounge from Game Chops. Lo-fi remix of the video game music along with some originals in there, here and there. Currently they're doing a lo-fi remix of Eunice theme from Final Fantasy X. So yeah. You'll hear some Pokemon stuff in there too. Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Mario, Zelda, Chrono Trigger. A lot of RPGs, really. Cool stuff. You should check it out sometime. Maybe after the stream ends, though. Anywho, let's see who's here. It looks like Sharon's here and Pokefan is here. Hi, how's it going? Things to say after about 101 after your review. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Later on in the stream. 8 out of 10. For the 100th episode, this was absolutely trash. Just kidding, it was amazing. I laughed, I cried. Genuinely, was it my feelings? Gotcha, my dude. We laughed, we cried. It was clearly an episode. But yeah. It only took us, what? 10-ish episodes to get the gang all back together, minus Friede. More on him in a little bit. 10 out of 10, okay. Gotcha. Like how I did that special video for the 100th episode. Yep. Do you think getting the gang back in 10 episodes was rushed? It felt a little fast, to be honest with you. I was expecting the gang to get back at the end of this arc, but yeah, we'll save that for the arc review later on this year. I generally have no pity for anyone who actually thought Friede or Lulu was dead. Like, come on now. But what if they were actually dead? I'm just kidding. I still think it's funny that people thought Lulu was dead. It's like, come on. It's only been 1 year. If it was 10 years, I'd be like, okay, he is kind of getting up there in age, so may not have made it the whole 10 years, but a year, it's still got a pretty good chance of survival. He is Mighty G after all. He's still got some strength in him still. 10 out of 10 the Rising Bolt Tacklers are almost back together. There's actually people upset about Friede being alive, like genuinely peeved. I'll give my thoughts in a little bit on that. I do have thoughts. I wonder if my theory is going to end up coming true, though. More on that in a little bit, though. Pretty good episode. Alrighty, we are at the 5-minute mark on this stream, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with my summary of episode 100 of Pokemon Horizons. So this episode starts off with Liko, Roy, Dot, and Alt versus the two Explorer Grunts with their Tauros, their Paldean Tauros. One, water, one fire. And I thought this was actually kind of interesting. So obviously with the strong spheres, they're struggling against them initially. However, over time, Dot begins to put the pieces together that, hey, the Pokemon aren't listening to their trainers. They're just... the trainers are literally just say attack, do whatever. And they're going on instinct. They're just doing their own thing. And then we find out at a certain point, I want to say the Water Taurus actually ended up attacking the Fire Taurus. And we find out they're going on instinct, so they're going to get up against... They're targeting Pokemon that they are strong against. So the Fire Taurus will go, target Meowscarada. And then the Water Tauros will target Crocodile. So they end up using that to their advantage in order to trick the Tauros. And they get the upper hand, and the two Tauros collide, and they end up taking them out. One clean swoop. And the Grunts have to kind of scurry on off, and yeah, they lost. But Orla, having watched this, realizes, yep, the strong spheres are definitely an issue. We got to do something about this, so can I please join the new Rising Volt Tacklers? And just like that, Orla is back on board. And she wants to get the ship back together. It's going to take a couple days, but they'll put it together. And Liko and the others decide to join in and help out, so they end up cleaning up the ship. Takes them about 3-ish days. And the ship is all ready to go. But guess who's hiding in the bushes? Literally hiding in the bushes. Murdoch and Molly. Yes. They traveled all the way here because, it seems like the kids have inspired them to go traveling again. After being uninspired for the last year. Also, Lycanroc, for some reason, went on, a massive, workout regimen in the time that, the kids have been away from Murdoch. And in just a matter of days, chubby Lycanroc literally lost all its weight, and now it's fit Lycanroc. So that happened. Oh, and Ludlow's here. He doesn't have a smartphone, but somehow he knew that they were all getting together, and he knew exactly where to go. How this guy knows this beats me. He's Mighty G after all, so he's probably using some type of instinct or something. Or the waves brought him there. But yeah. Ludlow's here. Oh, and he's also got the Tatsurgi. That's where they were. They were with Ludlow. But anyways, the gang's all back together. And they're all heading out. And as they're getting ready to go, Dot reloads the Rising Volt Tackler app that they all use. Only to find out that there was a message left roughly a month prior. And it turns out that the message is left by none other than Friede. Yes, our boy Friede. Well, not boy. Our dude Friede. He is indeed alive. He survived his fall, which, it kind of was, considering he had Charizard with him. If he didn't have Charizard with him, I'd be like, yeah, he's gone. But since he has Charizard, yeah, odds are he would have survived. However, it seems like he either got captured by the Explorers or is under, tight surveillance by them, so he can't really say anything unless he's, away from them. Otherwise, he's going to get caught and he'll be put in trouble. He'll be put in timeout. But, oh, by the way, Lo-Fi remix of Pokemon right there. I think it's Goldenrod City. Yeah. Goldenrod City Lo-Fi remix. Anyways, back on topic. But, yeah. It seems like Spinel's monitoring Friede's activities or something. But he is looking into Requiem and the mysteries behind it. So he's doing his own investigating behind the scenes. And everybody's overjoyed by this. Orla, in particular, breaks down crying. Furthering that ship between her and Friede. But yeah, we've all, we got the ship, we got the crew minus Friede, and we are sailing the skies again with the bravest Augie. So yeah, that's pretty much this episode. I thought this was a very solid episode in my opinion. It's a good episode to reunite the gang. I like that we finally kind of figured out a weakness with the strong spheres. It does seem like they're getting a little, like Exceed's getting a little bit smarter with the strong spheres, so like this could, they could see some of these weaknesses and improve them in time. But yeah, we're trying to kind of stop this spread worldwide, because if this goes worldwide, that's not good. That's going to cause problems everywhere. So we can't let that happen. But I like the fact that we kind of figured out a weakness when it comes to the strong spheres. Those Pokemon, they'll ignore their trainers and go on complete pure instinct and target Pokemon that they are strong against. Specifically strong against. So now that we have this knowledge, the kids can use it to their advantage until Exceed figures the kinks out here and tweaks it in the future. If they do. But yeah, another thing I'd like to mention here is Spinel shows up at the end of the episode. The two grunts report in, and he actually is not mad at them, considering he's failed in the past too. So he lets them off the hook. But he is now aware that the Rising Volt Tacklers are reformed and are flying around again, and he talks about how they need to be just like a fly. They just need to be swatted down. So yeah. The Explorers are going to be after the Rising Volt Tacklers again here in the near future. So yeah. For me, I'd say this episode's a solid 9 for me. It was overall good. I like the fact that, again, we figured out the weakness with the strong spheres. I like that the gang's all back together. Friede's confirmed to be out there. He just can't join them because he is being tracked by the Explorers. So trying to get back to them is going to be very tricky. So don't expect us to reunite with Friede for a while still. Then again, the pacing for this arc has been kind of going a little fast, so I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this arc we're back, or Friede's back with us. So yeah, if someone wants to clip that and then save it for later, if I end up being right, then I guess I predicted it unintentionally. But I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but it's probably going to be still a little while before we reunite with Friede. Can't exactly reunite with someone that's being tracked. I do have a theory, though. My theory is that him and Amethio are in the same boat, where they're being tracked by the Explorers, and they're currently working together behind the scenes to uncover the mysteries behind Requiem and try to stop it. So that's my current theory, is that Friede and Amethio... The reason why Amethio is also absent is for the same reason Friede is absent. They're being monitored by the Explorers, and they can't really do a whole lot, but they are slowly but surely making their way, trying to figure out the mysteries behind Requiem and trying to stop it. So hopefully we will reunite with Friede someday. Oh, absolutely we will, but yeah. Anywho, that's my thoughts on the episode. What are your guys' thoughts? Also, before I get back to the chat, I just want to say, if you guys could hit that like button, I would definitely appreciate it. We are at 5 likes. Can we get the 10 likes, guys? Can we do it? Please and thanks. And remember to vote in the poll. Currently, 10-9 is winning. 82%. 8-7 is second with 18%. And the other two do not have any votes. So that's good. That means people are really liking... People have been really liking Horizons lately, it seems. Anyways, let's get caught back up on the chat. Where I last left off at was a pretty good episode. Next week's episode looks more exciting. I think the only major complaint I have is Lycon Chubb is no more. Yeah, he went on quite the... He went to the doggy gym. Really burned those calories. Burn that fat. I'll miss Chubby Rock, but he still has his puppy personality. Yep. Chubby Rock no more in a few days. Pokemon truly are a mystery. Yeah. Yeah, just don't work them out too much or else they'll be skin and bone. Orla X Friede. Honestly, I can already see them saying that the ignorance of trainers is just a positive side effect, because why not? Also, just a prediction, but we're probably gonna see Alt's second mon either by the end of this season or the beginning of the next season. Probably. Same theory. Maybe he starts to prove his worth. My guess is that at the end of the arc, they will reunite with Friede and they'll have a big battle against the Explorers again. Do you ship Orla with Friede? I don't do shippings, Sharon. The whole shipping thing is kind of a little joke on the channel. I already did my joke, will Liko fall in love with Roy video, and some people got upset with me over that. And that's precisely why I don't get involved with shipping communities, is because people take their ships way too seriously to the point where they literally threaten and bully other people. So yeah, that's why I literally make those joke videos, because I know it gets under people's skin. And it's funny to see that. It's absolutely funny. In the preview for next week's episode, it will be a 2v2, yes. That's good. It's not just Lucario getting the shine and Crocodile as I getting to participate. It would be nice if it was a 3v3 because, Roy, you got another Pokemon named Kilowattrel that could, be utilized in battle. Like, come on, bro. Like, I know it has more of a presence this arc, and it's been more useful than it has in the past, but let's get it, involved in a battle sometime, please and thanks. One of these days, please. Excuse me. Nimona is also using Rubambi, which she does use in the DLC, yeah. I've been dealing with nothing but shipping 24/7 on Discord lately, and I've just been... Yeah. Like I said, I don't really get involved in that stuff because of the reasons I presented earlier. I was here during the more shipping days. I remember how toxic that community is, or community was. And that was 10 years ago, geez. But I remember how toxic things were and how immature people acted back then. Hopefully, I would hope that, in 10 plus year time, some of those individuals have matured a bit since then. I feel like it has a 50-50 chance of beating her. I feel like he has a 50-50 chance of beating her. Okay. I like the scene of Meowscarada not liking the water showing, acting like a cat. Yep. Yeah, I feel like I know some people don't want Roy to win against Nimona, but I have a small feeling that he could pull off victory here, and I feel like that might actually anger some people. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a 2v2, so I guess we'll see how things go. Oh yeah, not sure if the last message, what the current fan theory popped up, and can type it in if needed. Which fan theory? Rubambi is using pollen puff on Crocodile, who then eats it. Yeah. Because Crocodile eats everything. Okay. Okay. Take this moment to once again say, if you haven't liked the stream, please do so. We're at 5 likes. Can we get some more likes up in here? There's 8 people watching right now. Probably 1 or 2 of you that haven't hit that like button yet. Oh wait, never mind. We're down to 5 people. Oof. Well, if you could do me a solid, hit that likey like button. I would definitely appreciate it. And remember to vote in the poll. 12 votes, 83% say 10-9. And if you want to, you can join the chat if you are want to be a participant. If not, and you want to be a lurker, that is fine. We like our lurkers here too. So, so my predictions for the battle against Nimona is Crocodile beats Rabombi, but then loses the Palmot, and then Roy uses Lucario to face off against Palmot, who Nimona then terrestrializes. I generally don't believe it. Oh. I wanted to give the episode an 8 to be safe. No, you're good. Whatever you feel the episode should be, go ahead with how you feel. If you like the episode, you like the episode. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. We accept all opinions here, as long as we can have a civil conversation. I don't mind a debate or two, but yeah, let's just, be chill about it. Super Saiyan Darmanitan, how is it going? How are you doing? Welcome in. I think YouTube is not showing my message about the new fan theory. That's strange. In the event that you can't post it here, you can always post it in Discord. Ludlow has that spidey sense. Yep. And to think people thought he was gone, he'd passed on into Poke Heaven. But it turns out he was just fishing. Like he always does. Just fishing, but he somehow knew that they were getting the gang back together. I knew based on the title alone for the episode that the Rising Volt Tacklers were going to get back together. I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory. It was we're back with Orla. We find the ship. She feels depressed at first and doesn't want to comply, but then Liko and the others inspire her, and then she decides to, start the ship back up, and then we all are back together. It was pretty obvious, especially with the episode title gives it away, but the fact that we're going to see Orla, it was like, okay, yep. We're on our way. Alright. There's a character limit on YouTube too. That could be it too. You might have to cut it up if it's too long. Orlo sees that the strong spheres are a problem. Yep. Careful on duplicating your chat though. Yo, how's it going, Steven? What is at the end of Pokemon Horizon? There's a battle of Mega Evolution infected by Recurrium versus regular Mega Ocean? You mean Mega Evolution is what you mean? It's kind of hard to say where we go from here. We only know episode 101 at this point. Should be learning about episode 102 here soon. So when the Tauros were under the influence of the strong spheres, they would just attack by instinct and not by the trainer's command. They weren't even really commanding them to do anything. They were just saying attack. And they were just doing it. So they were on pure instinct. Which is why they figured that out, that they were going up against... They were specifically targeting the Pokemon that are weak to them. Which is why, at a certain point, that Tauros, the water Tauros, got confused and attacked the fire one. The Tauros were using the Raging Bull move. Hey, look at that! Another Pokemon Lo-Fi remix. Little Root Town. Katie is a good boss. Yeah, she just Murdoch's put in his notice. He didn't even give her 2 weeks. He's just like, sorry, I'm gonna go explore the world now. And she's like, it's okay. Just perfect your new cake recipe, please. Oh, I also like that Orla gave that unique Pokeball to Karna. I forgot to mention that. That was a really nice moment too. We need more unique looking Pokeballs. Even more than we already do. So will they stay in Paldea? Beats me at this point. I think they're gonna go wherever problems arise. Like I said, a certain somebody needs to, do something in the series. Cough cough. Arvin, cough, cough. Kofu and Tulip, too, would be cool if they actually, were involved here. Like, our Pokemon's on Recurrium, they need help calming it down or something. So the kids team up with the gym leader or something. Gosh dang it, YouTube must really not like something I'm saying. Can anyone see my last comment? The last comment you have on here that I see is let me refresh and try one more time. Is it giving you like an error message? Can you try to type that in? You might want to take a screenshot and like post it in Discord and I can take a look at it later. They were acting like real bulls where they would just just attacked by instinct. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Could Crocolar evolve? Probably down the road a little bit. Murdoch just left Katie. Do you think Legends EA will get more unique Pokeballs? I don't know. I don't know, Sharon. I don't know. That was quite a blush from Orla. Yeah. She, is it Friede X Orla or is it Karna X Orla that's gonna win? But I won't get into that just because again I don't do shipping. I know how those groups would be warring with one another. So, I won't get involved. I'll just post it in Discord. Alright. Meowscarada is just spamming Magical Leaf and Flower Trick. Well, Flower Trick is its, like, signature move, so yeah. Needs to start using its other moves, though. Just saying. Orla was crying and she was relieved that Friede was alive. Yep. Yeah, sucker punch. Yeah, I know. We'll see if it uses it again. Oh, okay. So, PokeFan, since you posted this in Discord and you can't post it on here, I'll read it out for you. Even though it's not in the chat here, I'll read it out here. So, he said, so the new fan theory is that the message from Friede isn't even real, and is all just a hoax trap made by Spinel to give the Rising Voltaculars false hope for the future. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Spinel to do something like that. He's been doing a couple things to kind of, manipulate the Rising Voltaculars in the past. Remember earlier on when he tricked Liko into going to the city or whatever to get that one product? There was that. This could be a trick, but I don't know if I don't know if I believe it, because this kind of feels genuine. And it was left a month earlier. Number 2. And number 3, the Rising Voltaculars hadn't reformed. For all intents and purposes, Spinel was under the impression that they had all, went their separate ways. And he only found out in this episode that they had basically reunited. So that's kind of what kind of just squashes that theory, though. When do you think Quacks will evolve? Hard to say. Maybe towards the end of this arc. It's been I think over a year now since it. No, I'm wrong. It's been almost a year since it evolved. I think it was around July last year that it evolved. And then Crocodile later evolved in the battle against Liko. Or Fuecoco evolved. The Crocodile then. So, maybe soon? Do you think when we reunite with Friede, Captain Pikachu will stay with Roy or go back to Friede? Probably go back to Friede since it's only temporarily under Roy's command. And the other Pokemon evolved. Hard to say. Kind of hard to say with the other Pokemon. Tinkatuff is going to evolve at some point. Hatterene will probably evolve at some point too. So not gonna lie, I'm not exactly happy with the fact that we're probably not getting Crocodile versus Palmont. But hey, what can you do? I mean, it's still a 2v2 match, bro. At least it's not 1v1. It's 2v2, from what we could tell. And Crocodile is involved in it. So I'm kind of fine with that. So yeah, this doesn't seem like it's his doing, at least not this time. Yeah, and he was the one that was manipulating stuff, and it just doesn't add up. It'd be different if it was like this message was received today, and not like a month earlier. So this is arguably like just before they started doing things. Not sure how much time has passed since, this arc began. We can assume that maybe like a week or two has passed. So it could have been before Roy reunited with Liko. I think the message really was Friede and not the false message by Spinel, yeah. I have a theory that the AI professor captured Friede and needs him for something, and that's how we'll get the Arvin Area Zero plot. I'm not sure. that would be cool, but I don't know. My current theory is that him and Methio have teamed up or something like that, but who knows? We'll find out soon enough, right? We already did. I feel like I would like to go back to Area Zero, but at this point I'm like, why would we go back? Unless there's like some Recurium source somewhere down there that Terrapagos had or something that was it quelled. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'll just drop it. Oh, by the way, last night we got an official confirmation. Molly caught Mousehold. Really? That's interesting. And we all thought Liko was gonna get it. I think other Pokemon on the ship should have been caught. I'm not sure. Maybe the Tatsurgi went with Ludo. Who knows? Yeah, again, I'm trying to be genuinely not complaining because, hey, 2v2 isn't bad at all. I mean, that's pretty good. 3v3 would be even better, but, you know, again, the episode is us back in Paldea and we're reuniting with, you know, Gita and Clavel and Penny and Nomona. And we're going to Jock to talk about Recurium, so it's not like the whole episode is dedicated to the battle. It's going to be the latter half. Like Liko could have had Palmy. Could work, but you know Nemona's already got Palmont, so that could maybe have Slugma. I don't know if Slugma fits Dot though. And Roy with Shuckle. Ironically, Shuckle should be with Dot because Dot tried to drink from Shuckle in that one episode. Also, the message being a hoax doesn't work because at the end, Spino doesn't sound happy that they reformed. Yeah, exactly. Kilowattrel needs more attention. Will it ever get the attention it deserves? I don't know. We've been hoping for, like, what? Almost 2 years now since it originally got captured as a Wattrel. At first it was doing things, but then, you know, yeah. You know. I really want Dot to battle Penny with the 2v2. What would she use? Just 2 evolutions? I don't know if that would work, though. Unless it's, like, 2 specific ones. Yeah, this is completely nonsense, but I've seen people generally saying that Alt suddenly is getting swooned by Gita based off the preview. No. Oh, bro. What? Come on. Come on, people. Penny uses Sylveon and Umbreon. Would she use Umbreon? I mean, we already got Umbreon representation with Spino. I love this fandom. Yeah. Same, bro. Same. I would be happy if someone got Muck. Maybe a Methio if he joins. I mean, I don't. I'm still not on the Methio's gonna join the Rival Tacklers train unless I see it in front of me. Do you still find Alt annoying? I mean, he's still a little bit annoying, but I kind of tolerate him a little bit more. Brickloader. You want Ash Ketchup to come back and go to the casino in Celadon City and have Team Rocket grunt roommate? Maybe as a side series. Methio needs an Aegislash or a Gallade. I feel like Gallade would fit him more than Aegislash. Pokemon fandom may be weird sometimes, but it's not My Hero Academia. Yeah, you got that right. An episode could have just slightly like lagging in the animation department and they'll complain about it. If it isn't animated to perfection, they'll go after the animators. Or they'll fight over random stuff. Alt has grown on me personally. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't hate him. He has at least more layers to his character compared to the beginning, but he can be a little bit of a... He is kind of that stereotype where he's just loud and angry. And kind of being a nuisance on purpose. So I'm hearing only... All has grown on me personally. Oh, yep, I already read that, sorry. So I'm hearing only one more arc after this. That's what I've heard as well. I'm kind of waiting for like an official confirmation before I say anything personally. I'm expecting an episode where we learn more about Alt's backstory. That would be nice. I think Alt will use his second Pokemon at the end of the arc. Didn't you? I thought you said that already. Is this Metroid? Speaking of backstories, I think we might not get Lucario's origin because they don't seem very interested in telling us, and that makes me upset. Lucario hasn't actually been as prominent as I was expecting it to be this arc, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's going to be featured in the next episode, but like it didn't appear and it didn't participate in the battle in today's episode, or yesterday's episode, I should say. So I find that interesting. I still think they should do it. Or do something. Something, anything, man. I think Ludlow catching this Tatsugi would make sense. The part where Alt says he's gonna be the captain is funny. Yeah, dude's the newest member of the team and he thinks he can be captain. If they don't give us Lucario and Roy's backstory this arc, would you be upset about that? I wouldn't be happy. I'd probably count it as a bit of a con because he just has the Pokemon without like any like build up to it, which kind of isn't good. Kind of need, and it's also shiny too because it's kind of a rare Lucario that you see that nobody else has, so it would be kind of nice if we got a little bit of a background there. Something, anything really. If we can't do a whole episode, at least give us some flashbacks or something. Something, anything. I'll take anything at this point. You probably haven't heard of it, but Alt reminds me of the guy from Tales of the Abyss with his girl phobia. Oh, sorry. I'm not familiar. Thomas, what's up? I don't know. I'm very skeptical that we are only getting one more arc. I'm skeptical too, but this is coming from a reliable source that is in the know. Just gonna put that out there. Though they're going to be giving confirmation on that when they know for sure. And roughly how many episodes this series is going to be when they know for sure. But still, we'll take it with a grain of salt, right? I'm hearing people are not a fan of Roy's Lucario. I mean, I'm fine with it. It just needs background. Like, we need to know how Roy, like, met it and stuff and caught it. That's all I'm asking for. Did your surgery go well? Yes. No, I don't really want to bring it up any further, but I'll just say that it went well, and I am pretty much mostly healed now. Just with some restrictions for the next week or two. Anyways, letting a kid drive the airship. Well, Roy's kind of taken Friede's mantle, so yeah. It's just kind of there, like, yes, thank you for not being an attention hog like Ashes, but also the fact that it doesn't really do much or have a personality is kind of weird. Now, hopefully they start utilizing it a little bit more. We'll get it in next week's episode, though, but yeah. Let it hang out with the other Pokemon and stuff like that. Chill, eat food, you know. Hang out on the ship with some of the Pokemon. Give it a little bit more personality. That'll go a long way to, you know, kind of helping it, you know, blend in the series. Shiny Pokemon are... Well, yeah, they are rare. But they are prominent this series. Really don't want Lucario to have Aura Sphere as its fourth move, since it would seem so repetitive to give it Bone Rush, Dragon Rush, or Ice Punch. Yeah, you've said that before. Speaking of grain of salt, I just about given up on telling people to stop saying every ZA leak is legit and happening in Horizons. Yeah, I wouldn't get too worked up about that. If it doesn't come true, just let them end up failing. There's a guy in the other server I'm in that is like convinced that Gen 10 is gonna get announced in this upcoming Pokemon Presents, and is gonna release in literally on the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. He is convinced and is literally telling people to cope and get ready for Gen 10 to come out in February 2026. So he was the one that was going on about how it was coming out in November this year. And then when it didn't get announced at the Presents, he moved the goalpost back to February 2026 and talks about how ZA is basically... It's just a spin-off. It's not important. Who cares about it? We only care about Gen 10. I'm not kidding, by the way. I only watched the episodes, so I haven't heard anything. Well, seeing as I'm the kind of the, you know, person that reports on stuff here, I kind of have to be in the know a little bit, if you know what I mean. No pun intended. I don't mind Roy's Lucario, but we need more of a backstory on it. Well, yep, that's what I said. Lucario is depicted as a more serious Pokemon. Gen 10 is getting revealed in February. Yeah, I was going to say, they're not going to reveal it in July. July is going to be literally mobile updates and then more info on ZA. That's literally what it's going to be, and maybe like some type of advertisement for something like, oh, hey, look, a Pokemon cart. Hey, look, you can get your Pokemon cereal. You know, stuff like that. It's literally going to be most of it mobile updates that nobody really cares about unless you're into the mobile games. ZA, and then maybe something here and there. Hey, look at a jazz version, a jazz lo-fi remix of the Pokemon theme. Love it. Legends games are mainline. People still don't know that. Yeah. They don't feel like mainline games, though. They kind of feel like their own thing, though. At the same time. Gen 10 is like 2 years away, I think. I think it's going to be out next fall. Gotta get used to the new Switch 2, which the Switch 2 has already proven to be a more powerful console than the Switch 1, so... I was genuinely unhappy with Pokemon on Switch, so hopefully Switch 2 era will be better for Pokemon. I think for Pokemon Masters EX, I want Licoroy, Dot, and Sync pairs since they done collaboration with Horizons Anime and Pokemon Go. I think the best bet is probably Liko and Roy, though, Sharon. As much as I want Dot to be in there, she's not treated as important as Liko and Roy, so yeah. I'm guessing more TCG stuff announced in July for Pokemon. For the Presents, probably. Such a fun game. That is why I'm skeptical that there's only one more arc. Yeah, we'll see. I personally feel like, because, like, yeah, if Gen 10's not next year, unless the Pokemon anime is going on hiatus for, like, and then, you know, until Gen 10 comes out, that would be interesting. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that, just because other series that were long running have taken breaks. One Piece literally took a half-year hiatus just because of budgeting and, you know, animation stuff, issues and stuff was catching up to them. And Pokemon has been struggling a lot more with the Pokemon anime has struggled a lot more with it in recent years, so them taking like time away would be a surprise, but I wouldn't be also surprised if they decided to do that until Gen 10 came out. Then again, if they do that, I'm out of material for a little while. Guess I'd just be streaming until then. I mean, like waiting 6-7 months for Gen 10 anime. How's the Pokemon anime struggled in the past few years? What do you mean, Sharon? Isn't it obvious? It kind of had a major incident thing happen in 2020 that kind of impacted, like, the industry. It literally affected, like, anime in general. It literally affected it. Probably one of the primary reasons why we don't have movies anymore. And then towards the end of Journeys, they were, like, struggling. They were having those episodes that were, like, recap episodes randomly here and there. And it was done because the production issues were, like, ramping up. And while Horizons has had their breaks between arcs, I can still tell that there's probably some production issues behind the scenes. So that's what I'm saying, is if the series actually, like, stopped for a little bit, I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be shocking, but it wouldn't be surprising at this point. Is what I'm getting at. You could cover Gen 10 news. I could, but that's not really my thing, Sharon. I'm not really, like, I'm not into the games as much as the anime these days. And then at the same time, the news is going to be, you know, spread thinner. So I think I already got something covered. It'd be just streaming at a certain point if I had to. The only thing that kind of worries me is, like, will my audience still stick with me? I would like to hope they would. You have not got news about Pokemon Champions in a while? Oh, that? I think that we just got the announcement for that, right? I think they need more staff for the anime. I don't think more staff is gonna, like, resolve certain production issues. There's only so much staff that can be utilized, but yeah. Journey's had a lot of breaks, yeah. Have you watched HDV and Ruffled Rowlet? I'm familiar with both. I think I used to watch HDV. VV. Is it HDV? Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. I used to watch him years ago. Ruffled Rowlet, I think I've watched a few times. Alright, I got to go now. Bye. Alright, Super Saiyan Darmanitan, thank you for checking in, showing up to the stream, and then chit-chatting with us. It was a pleasure. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Given how they built these characters, I would be very surprised if they're ending the series soon. Yeah, I was expecting like at least 3 arcs for like part 2. I thought maybe this would... Part 1 would be 2 years, and then part 2 would be 2 years, is what I was wondering. Or like a year and a half at least. Would you react to Tokyo Game Show? I'm not familiar with that. Is that something familiar? Is that affiliated with Jeff Keighley? Let me look it up. Is it in English? I guess it would just depend. I want to see Masquerade play with cat toys. Then there is the Game Awards. We're gonna try to do a... Well, not only just do like a normal live reaction, but I'm going to try to see if I can get the boys involved. Joe, Jeff, Cameron, Chuck, Ash, and then of course Ashley as well. And then we can sit there and react to the Game Awards in person, live in person. Somebody named Jeff thinks that Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to win Game of the Year. So... guess we'll have to see what happens. It's a long show, so... But yeah, my plan is to react to it again. I'm just hoping to do a big thing with Jeff and Joe and the others. What do you think about Mario Kart World? Didn't you ask me this the other day? It's pretty fun. I don't think it's worth $80, but it is pretty fun. Also, thanks for getting us to 10 likes, guys. Definitely appreciate it. You know, what would be better if we can get to 15 likes before the stream ends. Will you play Tears of the Kingdom Echoes of Wisdom DLC? There is no DLC for either of those two games. I would like DLC for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get that, because Breath of the Wild has that, and along with Master Mode. I kind of wanted Master Mode for Tears. Then again, a Golden Frox actually scares me. That being said, I want to try out Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2 at some point. Just to see how it runs. I just haven't had time. Kind of had a major incident happen to me as the Switch 2 was releasing, and I get it. And of course, I have a medical problems. Tears of the Kingdom has DLC where you play as Zelda. That's not true, Sharon. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you mean Age of Imprisonment? That's a whole new game. Age of Imprisonment is a whole new game. That's not DLC. And in Echoes of Wisdom, you do play as Zelda, but that's not DLC to Tears. It's a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, but again, it's not DLC. They're separate games. Age of Imprisonment is a Warriors-esque game. Will you stream that? Probably. I'm kind of the... Besides being known for doing Pokemon Horizons and doing Pokemon anime in general, I'm kind of also known as the Zelda guy when it comes to Let's Plays. Thoughts on Kirby Air Riders 2? I mean, Kirby Air Riders? Looks neat. Only briefly played the original. Could be fun. Nice. Athletic themed. Okay, we've hit the 1 hour mark, guys. What else you guys got for me today? Have you seen animation mistakes, like, in general? I mean, I don't seek out animation mistakes, but I've seen them in different Pokemon series. Or just and I also see them in other series, too. I was going to say Bulbapedia usually points out some of the mistakes here and there. Do you think in February we will get more news on the future of the anime? Maybe. Again, I don't think they're going to do that in the presents, Sharon. The only things they really do in the presents is usually for, like, collaborations and stuff like that. And then maybe, like, Netflix will be like, hey, we got a new batch of episodes coming. Like, when Horizon started, one of the Pokemon Presents literally just teased Horizons for the dub coming soon, which we got in early 2024. Okay, bye Mitch. Hope all is well. I'll like the video before I go. Well, thank you, Thomas. Thank you once again for stopping by and chit-chatting with us. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Okay. Alright, I guess on that note, I'll just do this one more time for the stream. So if you guys haven't liked the video yet, like the video / stream, if you could do that really quickly, I'd appreciate it. We are at 12 likes. 3 more to 15. Can we do that? But can we get to that before the stream ends? Here soon? Also, vote in the poll if you haven't. We have 16 votes. 10-9 is winning big time. 81% of the votes. What Pokemon do you think need new evolutions? That's a loaded question, Sharon. I have no clue. Maybe something from Gen 9? I don't know. In a shot, it looks like the Tatsurgi are floating. I see. Just gotta pause it at the right time. Alright, guys. Got anything else for me? I'm just vibing over here to the lo-fi. Give it another minute here. I wanted to see Murdoch's Lycanroc battle and use a move like Accelerock and Stone Edge. Guess we'll see if that comes to pass. Do you miss chubby Lycanroc? Not really, but it is kind of a... It was definitely a choice to make it chubby, and then now it's fit. Soft and fluffy and squishy, yep. Yep. Okay, guys, anything else regarding these episodes? Or the next one? Sorry, I got to do something for my mom. Alright, Pokefan, don't worry about it. We're getting close to the end here, so you do your thing. And if I don't talk to you before the stream ends, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for joining again, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Anything else? Last call, guys. Alrighty, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We're over an hour into the stream, so we'll wrap things up here. Okay, I'll answer this one last question. Do you think the next Pokemon series will go back to its traditional roots or be a region traveling series? I don't know. All I'll say is that for the next series, if I had a preference, I would just like the next series to take place solely in the new region. And let's not just travel all over the place. Give the new region, you know, all the time you need, and while also doing a unique story, I guess. That's what I would like for the next series. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. So, we only ended up with 12 legs. It's alright, guys. We'll get to 20 someday. Again. Alright, let's go ahead and end the poll. We got 16 votes, 10-9-1. Seems like you guys really like the episode, so, I guess we'll rate it a 9 out of 10. That's what I gave the episode, so why not? Alright, see ya, Sharon. Thank you once again for joining. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. It's always a pleasure. But, yep, anyways, guys, we're wrapping up today's stream. Fairly good episode. Next week's episode should be good as well, and then we should be getting, more info soon, since we only know one episode, so we'll probably know about episode 102, maybe 103 here, very soon. Anyways, that's all I got for today's stream, so if you're still here, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, wherever you're at, and I'll see you all later. Bye now.